I can't make a motion on this. There's a couple of problems. First of all, the contracted amount is different in the letter from Sheriff Snaza to what's in the contract. And I think there's just some issues that need to be clarified. This contract is to start January 1st. Upon asking staff if I could look at the 2017 contract, one couldn't be produced, so I'm not convinced we have one. And then I'm a little bit concerned about the inability to be able to stay within the budgeted amount for this. In 2016, that line item was overspent by $820,000. We are at exactly the amount budgeted for this year. And so the historic inability to stay within the budget there has me some concerned, and as well as the issues around the contract language.
I also will not be making a motion. I have many different concerns, the same ones as were just mentioned to start with. But the total that we ended up investing the last time we entered into these contracts is $1.7 million. And we can't afford to take any of those chances right now at all, because we were not able to control it. Once it started, it was done within a department and set forward within a department. And there was even warrant sweeps at that time that ran it up even further. But one of the problems that I have with it above all other things is when we did utilize it, it wasn't as though we had any, that we just took the money from here and spent it there. We still spent all the money here and spent it there for the same person. So last year, to give you an idea, Thurston County this year, last year was $44 per day. Forts was $45, at least that's what they were charging us. Nisqually was $65. Looks like Lewis is $66. We were at $108 per day here in Mason County. So if they were to come to us and say that they will guarantee that it comes out of the budget that they're already doing, because we're already paying them $108 per day per inmate, then I would be more open-minded to the concept. But absent of that, that would mean that we pay the 108 and the 65. And I think we need to protect against that. We don't have the money.
Okay, so item 8.5 dies from lack of a motion. And I would just make a comment that I think at some point we need to have another conversation then with Chief Hansen in the Sheriff's Office about contingency planning for if there's a facilities issue at the jail or another circumstance that might come up where inmates may need to be moved around. And so just having a better understanding, I think, of what is in place there to facilitate that, should there be an emergency, depending on whether or not there's a contract currently in place, as you questioned, kind of what our options are. So I would just ask that we have another sit down with them and have those conversations from a contingency planning standpoint.
I'd be happy to.